What if the most unhinged, narcissistic superhero on the planet was suddenly thrown into a world of curses and jujitsu sorcery? That's right, we're talking about Homelander from The Boys being forced to enroll in Tokyo Jujutsu High. This is a crossover that would break the internet, and probably a few continents along the way. So grab your popcorn because this is going to be absolute chaos. Let's set the stage. How does Homelander even end up in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe? Maybe Vote International, in a desperate attempt to control their rogue asset, strikes a deal with some shadowy figures who have connections to the Jujutsu world. Or perhaps a freak curse technique accident rips a hole in reality, yanking Homelander from his universe and dropping him right at the gates of Jujutsu High. Imagine Gojo Satoru just casually finding this caped egomaniac sulking on the school grounds. The moment he arrives, the culture shock would be immense. Homelander is used to being worshipped, adored by millions. At Jujutsu High, nobody cares about his celebrity status. To them, he's just another weirdo with a powerful ability. The students Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara would probably just see him as some arrogant American cosplayer. Nobara would definitely make fun of his ridiculous outfit. Can you picture the look on Homelander's face when a first-year student calls his iconic suit tacky? His fragile ego would shatter into a million pieces. Then there's the headmaster, Masamichi Yaga. He's not going to be impressed by Homelander's tantrums or his laser eyes. Yaga has dealt with far worse, including a certain white-haired special-grade sorcerer. He'd probably task Gojo with babysitting their new student. This is where things get truly interesting. Gojo versus Homelander. The unstoppable force meets the unkillable object. Homelander's powers are off the charts. Flight, super strength, invulnerability, and of course, his heat vision. In the world of the boys, he's a god. But in the jujitsu world, raw power isn't everything. Cursed energy is the name of the game. So, does Homelander have cursed energy? Let's assume for this scenario that he doesn't. He's a pure anomaly of raw physical power. This creates a fascinating dynamic. He could probably punch a grade 1 curse into oblivion. But how would he handle a curse that's intangible or uses complex curse techniques? His heat vision could vaporize most physical threats, but what about something like Mahito's idol transfiguration? Homelander can't see or touch Mahito. He would be completely vulnerable to having his soul reshaped. The sheer horror and confusion on his face as his body starts to warp would be a sight to see. For the first time in his life, he would feel true, genuine fear. He can't punch it. He can't laser it. He's helpless. Now, let's talk about his training at Jujutsu High. The curriculum focuses on controlling cursed energy, which he doesn't have. So, what would they even teach him? Gojo would likely take a very Gojo approach. He'd probably drag Homelander into intense, life-threatening situations just to see how he reacts. Let's think about his relationship with the students. Yuji Itadori, with his golden retriever energy, would probably try to befriend him. Wow, you can fly! That's so cool! Can you teach me? Homelander would just stare at him with pure disdain. Friendship is a foreign concept to him. He only understands fear and control. Megumi Fushiguro would see him as a liability, a walking disaster waiting to happen. He'd be constantly on guard, ready to summon his divine dogs if Homelander steps out of line. And Nobara Kugisaki? She would have zero patience for his nonsense. The verbal smackdown she would deliver would be legendary. She'd probably challenge him to a fight, and while she wouldn't win physically, she'd win the psychological war, no doubt. The power system of Jujutsu Kaisen would also expose Homelander's biggest weakness, his lack of any real combat skill or strategy. He's a brute. He relies on overwhelming his opponents with raw power. He's never had to think in a fight. A sorcerer like Aoi To-Do would run circles around him. To-Do would analyze his every move, critique his boring fighting style, and probably switch places with him using boogie-woogie just to mess with his head. Homelander would be so confused, swinging at air while To-Do and Yuji high-five in the background. The core philosophy of Jujutsu High is about protecting others and ensuring sorcerers have a proper death. The idea of sacrificing yourself for the greater good is laughable to him. He'd see the sorcerer's dedication as weakness. You risk your lives fighting these ugly monsters for what? A pat on the back? I get paid millions just for showing up. This fundamental clash of values would make it impossible for him to ever truly integrate. So what's the endgame here? Would Homelander learn anything? Would he grow as a person? Absolutely not. Let's be real. He's irredeemable. The moment he sees a path back to his own world, or finds a way to gain an advantage, he'll take it. He might even try to ally himself with the curse users like Gito and Mahito. He'd see them as kindred spirits who embrace their power and disdain for humanity. You guys want to wipe out all the non-sorcerers? The monkeys, sign me up. Finally, someone who gets it. A Homelander-Mahito alliance would be terrifying. Homelander provides the raw destructive power, and Mahito provides the hack's abilities and strategic cunning. Together, they could cause unimaginable chaos. The Shibuya incident would look like a minor skirmish in comparison. However, this alliance would be fragile. Both are narcissists who believe they are the center of the universe. It's only a matter of time before one betrays the other. My money's on Mahito, who would probably try to transfigure Homelander the second he gets bored. And that lesson would only fuel his rage and paranoia. Either Gojo finally gets tired of his antics and seals him away, just like he did with the prison realm, trapping him for eternity with only his reflection for company, the ultimate punishment for a narcissist. Or, in a fit of rage, Homelander causes so much destruction that he becomes a target for every sorcerer in Japan, leading to an all-out war that ends with his eventual and very messy demise. There's no happy ending for Homelander here. He's a square peg in a round, curse-filled hole. What a wild ride, right? The clash of these two universes would be nothing short of epic, highlighting the stark differences between Western superhero tropes and the dark, complex world of Jujutsu sorcery. It proves that sometimes all the power in the world can't save you from your own inner demons, or from a smiling sorcerer who can bend reality to his will. What do you guys think? How would Homelander fare against other characters like Sukuna or Toji Fushiguro? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more crazy what-if scenarios.